A Freeport man who worked as a police officer in Galena could spend time behind bars if convicted of having child sexual abuse material.
23-year-old Eli Barthel faces 3 felony counts of possession of child sexual assault material. According to the Illinois Attorney General's office, Barthel's home in the 500 block of North Sierra Drive in Freeport was searched, where authorities say they found evidence of child sexual abuse material. Barthel was taken into custody shortly after. If convicted of all charges, he could spend up to 19 years in prison.